Your headlines, your campus, your voice. Presented by RMU students for RMU students. Join us as RMU Live begins now.
Teachers from the Moon Area School District are still picketing today as negotiations for a new contract continue. Good afternoon, I'm Channing Frampton.
And I'm Jackie King. We begin our show today with continuing coverage on the strike happening at Moon.
According to the Beaver County Times, the instructors have been working without a contract since the June of this year. And the president of the Moon Education Association, Steve Palumbo, told the Times that if the teachers don't have a competitive contract, the best teachers available for hire may not want to work at Moon, which can have a negative effect on the students' education.
You may have noticed a number of people walking around campus with t-shirts that say, "Which 10 people would you spend the night with?" It's probably not what you think it is. It's actually for the American Cancer Society, as RMU Live's Heidi Hickel reports.
18th Annual Relay for Life of Moon Area.
As a member of the Alpha Psi Omega Honorary Theater Fraternity, we were asked to come here to sing and support Relay for Life. So I organized a little group of members and non-members of Alpha Psi Omega to help sing Seasons of Love from Rent, because I think it's a really great message to portray that, you should live each day as if it were your last. And so we're going to sing here for Relay for Life to help support the whole entire cause here.
Grandmothers died of breast cancer. So in my family, we think it's a very important cause. We're very involved in it. We've been doing it for a couple years. We have our own team, and I'm actually starting my own team for the Moon Township one. So I relay for my grandmothers.
Fundraising for the American Cancer Society is a lot of fun, and that's the whole point of the Relay for Life. It's a fun fundraiser. And we're inviting our teams to come out and do things that they like to do. If they like to golf, then have a golf tournament. If they like to bake, have a bake sale. If they like to just go up, if they're comfortable just asking people for money, that's kind of easy. You can just go to your friends and say, give me $5 or give me $10 because I'm going to be walking for 24 hours and I need your support.
We held April 9th and 10th in the Joe Walton Stadium on campus. The relay is for cancer survivors and victims and will consist of 24 hours of events such as luminarias, survivor walks, and a fight back ceremony.
And our teams actually are kind of fun because they are made up by a variety of people. Our goal and we always tell people, do you know 10 people that you'd like to spend the night with? Preferably these are people you like and you can spend the night with them and they can come out and camp out. We're hoping tonight, we've talked to some people from the track team and we're hoping the theater group will be having a team and some of the different departments. So it's just a matter of how you know people, bring them all together.
All funds raised will be going directly to the American Cancer Society. As you can tell, everyone is joining together to make this event a success. I'm Heidi Hickel with RMU Live.
The theme for the Moon Township Relay this year is Carnival for a Cure. The actual event will happen in the spring semester.
And veterans of the military at RMU will be getting a special gift from the university tomorrow. 150 of the popular Apple iPad devices are planned for distribution tomorrow at a special event celebrating Veterans Day. The iPads will include a customized application specifically for RMU veterans, which include a campus directory, special events, and the RMU News. The electronic tablets come in addition to the waived tuition for RMU veterans, which are funded by the 9/11 GI Bill.
A local company has been acquired by a multinational giant. Moon Township's Atlas Energy Incorporated has agreed to be acquired by Chevron for $4.3 billion. The deal is said to stimulate the involvement of leading oil companies in the development of the Marcellus Shale Company, which contains a large supply of natural gas. The company has grown from 500 to 700 employees over the course of this year. Atlas Senior Vice President Jeffrey Cooper says that the acquisition can be only positive.
And former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin was in Plumsdale PA yesterday, and some of the people in the political arena are wondering if the one-time vice presidential candidate was dropping a hint for the 2012 election. Listen to what she said after a student sang for the crowd of the Palin supporters.
Daniel, that's singing, absolutely beautiful. Daniel, would you like to sing at an inauguration? He should know. That's somebody's, right? Oh my goodness, he just doesn't he just give you goosebumps and make you so proud to be American? Are you not so proud to be American?
Palin added that she was mulling a presidential run, but would need to pray about it before making a decision. And coming up, students in the United Kingdom are on the streets in protest of tuition hikes.
Plus, Casey Folga has your weather forecast. Stay tuned.
Sunshine? Wakey, wakey. Text me. Are your parents home later? We can hang. LUV, love you. JK. Holla back. Holla back. Holla back. Are you with your friends? That's lame. We're in a huge fight right now. XO. What'd you dream about? Something I did? Are you on your way to the mall? I'm lonely. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
I'm starving. What's for breakfast?
Guten Tag!
Johannes, Ross!
I bring you arts-enriched Raisinblums, fortified with increased test scores and creative problem-solving skills.
It's good!
And good for you.
Bobby? Susie?
Don't worry, that's just the power of the art!
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
The trial continues in Utah in the case of the Elizabeth Smart kidnapping. Smart is testifying against Brian David Mitchell, who allegedly abducted her for the family's home in the middle of the night in 2002. Smart described Tuesday how she was almost rescued, but that Mitchell told the inquiring detective he couldn't see Smart's face because it was veiled for religious reasons. On Monday, she said Mitchell performed a type of marriage ceremony the night that he kidnapped her, and then he raped her every day. Smart was found in March of 2003, 9 months after being abducted. Defensive attorneys say Mitchell is insane, and he faces charges of kidnapping and taking a minor across state lines for sex.
The sunset off the coast of Los Angeles last night was unlike any other. That's because an object that appeared to be a missile streaked through the LA skies. And what it is depends on who you ask, as KCAL TV's Marcelo Lee reports.
And it's spectacular. It takes people's breath away.
Who launched this missile and why remain a mystery for now.
It is a big missile.
These magnificent images were captured from the KCBS News helicopter in Los Angeles around sunset. The location of the missile, west of LA, north of Catalina Island, and approximately 35 miles out to sea.
You're looking at the LA harbor.
A Navy spokesperson tells News 8 this wasn't their missile. He says there was no Navy activity reported in that part of the region.
And we have liftoff.
On Friday night, Vandenberg Air Force Base launched this Delta II rocket, carrying the Thales Alenia Space Italia Cosmos SkyMed satellite. But a sergeant at the base tells News 8 there have been no launches since then.
That's a pretty big contrail.
We showed the video to Robert Ellsworth, former U.S. ambassador to NATO and a former Deputy Secretary of Defense.
It's not a Tomahawk.
He said we should wait for definitive answers to come from the military. But when we asked him what he thought it could be,
well, I'm just speculating.
Ellsworth said maybe, just maybe, with President Obama in Asia, this could have been a show of our military muscle.
It could be a test firing of an intercontinental ballistic missile from a submarine, underwater submarine, to demonstrate, mainly to Asia, that we can do that.
The other defense expert, John Pike, stands by his airplane theory, even though the trail appears to be going up. He says that's just not an optical illusion, and the plane is actually flying towards the chopper. Government officials haven't confirmed the theory that the contrail is an airplane.
University students in Britain are taking a stand. Violence erupted in London this morning as the National Union of Students said that 40,000 young adults took to the streets in protest. What is everyone upset about? Well, according to the CNN, the protests are a result of the new legislation that would allow Britain's universities to start charging the equivalent of $14,500 US for tuition. While this may seem cheap compared to the tuition of American universities, the financial system of Britain makes it more difficult for students to get loans for higher education.
Speaking of finances, President Obama arrived in South Korea earlier today for the beginning of the G20 summit. The president will address and meet with leaders from around the world in an effort to improve the world's economy after the trouble it's been through in the past 5 years. Part of this plan involved $10 billion in contracts for exports to India. President Obama will return to the U.S. on Saturday.
Stranded at sea, more than 3,000 passengers on board a Carnival cruise ship are anxiously awaiting to get back on the dry land after a fire on board cut off electricity on Monday. Since then, their trip has been anything but relaxing. At one point, there was no hot food, running water, or working toilets. CNN's Andy Rose has more.
What was supposed to be a dream vacation is turning out to be a disaster for passengers on board the Carnival cruise ship Splendor, sitting 130 miles off the Baja California coast. A fire on Monday left the ship powerless.
An engine room fire in the aft engine room. That fire has been put out. The vessel is safe.
Help arrived Tuesday thanks to the U.S. military. Some 60,000 pounds of food, bottled water, and supplies provided by Carnival Cruise Lines. Helicopters shuttled the materials from the USS Ronald Reagan, now positioned next to the cruise ship. Despite their unfortunate situation, Coast Guard officials say the nearly 4,500 passengers and crew members are doing okay.
The weather's amenable to that. They've got water, they've got food. So we have no reports of any major distress from any of the passengers.
No distress, but there's still no air conditioning, telephones, or hot food. The Splendor is being slowly towed to San Diego and should arrive Thursday evening. A family member of one of the passengers says she's frustrated with the delay.
I don't understand why it's taking this long. I would think that they would find a more convenient way or a better way to get them home safely or quickly.
Reporting from CNN in Atlanta, I'm Andy Rose.
Cold running water and toilet service has since been restored, and passengers were left in California on Sunday for a cruise along the Mexican Riviera. They will get a full refund and a complimentary replacement cruise for all the trouble.
So what's going on with the weather?
Well, I don't know. I mean, with the nice sunny weather that we've had today, I might go on a cruise myself.
I'd hold off on the cruise, though.
Yeah, that's probably good.
But let's see what Casey Folga has in for us.
Okay, Casey, what's going on?
Well, guys, there are warmer temperatures this week. We can take a look and see what we are currently experiencing here at RMU. Currently, it is 52 degrees, humidity of 74%, and no winds, 0 miles per hour. Let's take a look at our national weather map to see what we can expect across the country. The East Coast is actually completely clear, so you should see that good weather today and the rest of the week. There is a cold front along the Midwest, which we could see blowing through maybe a little Thursday or a little bit later, maybe on Sunday. Let's take a look at our local temperatures to see what Pittsburgh and the surrounding areas are experiencing. Pittsburgh is at 60, Erie at 53 degrees, and Elmira in New York at 54. Let's take a look at our 5-day temperature, or 5-day forecast, Wednesday, today, high of 59, low of 37 with a mix of sun and clouds. Thursdays, clear blue skies, bright sunshine, high of 64 and low of 37. Friday, the warmest day in the week at 66 degrees. Get out there and enjoy the sunshine, the low is only at 40. Saturday, partly sunny, high of 64, low of 47, and Sunday, there is a chance of rain, high of 52 and low of 36. That's all I have for you today. Now you're going back to the desk.
That's awesome, Casey. 66 degrees on Friday.
Nice weather.
I'm going to toss a Frisbee around.
And let's go to Jen Smith with a look at what's coming up in sports.
Let's do it.
Thanks, guys. Coming up in sports, James Harrison gets fined again. The Steelers run into injury problems, and the Penguins hope to gather momentum from their comeback win on Saturday. All this after the break.
Welcome. I understand you need a little help with your mortgage. Want to avoid foreclosure. Smart move. Candy? Well, you know, you're in luck. We're experts in this sort of thing. Mortgage, rigmarole, whatnot.
Really?
Absolutely. And we guarantee results, you know, for a small fee, of course. Such are the benefits of having a professional on your side. Why don't we get a contract? Who wants a contract?
Here you go, Pete.
Thanks, Betty.
Write a toner.
Sign it. Come on, sign it. Families around the country every single day, saving homes.
We will talk it over with
If you're facing foreclosure, make sure you're talking to the right people. Speak with HUD-approved housing counselors free of charge at 888-995-HOPE.
James Harrison was fined yet again for another one of his hits. The NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell this time is charging Harrison $20,000 for a late hit on New Orleans Saints quarterback Drew Brees on Halloween night. This fine was issued to Harrison just days after he personally met up with the commissioner about the league's stricter policy, including another $5,000 fine after a rough hit on Tennessee Titans quarterback Vince Young back in mid-September. That adds up to Harrison being charged $100,000 so far this year. After the Monday night showdown in Cincinnati, the Steelers left with another victory, while the Bengals were given their 5th straight loss. The Steelers, though, have added more players to its already long injury list. Such players include safety Will Allen and running backs Malady Moore and Isaac Redmond, who suffered concussions from the game and will have to pass post-concussion tests in order to be cleared to play. Meanwhile, it was reported that left tackle Max Starks may be out for the rest of the year due to disc problems in his neck. It's a hockey night in Pittsburgh. After a 3-game series on the road, the Penguins will host the Boston Bruins at Consol Energy Center tonight at 7 p.m. This will be the Bruins' first trip to the new arena, but they will be without their star center, David Krejci, due to a concussion. The Penguins reported they may start Marc-Andre Fleury tonight due to Brent Johnson missing practice on Monday because of an illness. Fleury is 1-6 on the year this season, so he hopes to improve his record with a win tonight.
And this concludes RMU Live for Wednesday, November 10th, 2010. I'm Jackie King.
And I'm Channing Frampton. For all of us here at RMU Live, have a pleasant and an awesome evening. We'll see you later. That was fun.